until only truth remained. Om Namah.
Om Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. Welcome also again to all our friends who are joining us via internet to be here with us today in real time Satsang. Welcome, 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 welcome. You come over there, Press? Huh? Yeah, come please.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste, Hama.
Through your grace and the grace of the satsang here, I was able to see very clearly yesterday.
That what happened yesterday?
I was able to see clearly.
Clearly.
I even see clearly now.
Ah, that's important.
I am that. Because the false belief I had that I had to make some effort to be that somehow fell away in an instant yesterday.
Very good.
And also the belief that it is an event, that also fell away.
Yes.
So I felt very light, unburdened. In that space, there was just isness only.
I need to be clear about it, huh?
No, it's still here.
And we know that we are not just being word accurate. It's not about semantics or nothing, but little clues come through, and I have to look at them and see if if this is a past experience or not. You see.
No, it's the experience even now. But it's kind of a dance for me, like the dance of I and me, the dance of the absolute and the...
We don't worry about any of that now.
But
you see, you don't now. All that is not anymore your business now. You see, you are simply again a child in the lap of the absolute. You don't care for anything at all. No? It is just like that. It's not. There's no attitude about it. It's not that you're saying, "Look, now I am free. I don't do anything." It's not that. But when you have been traveling for a long time, and there is in your heart a longing to be home, and you arrive home, you don't talk about the journey anymore. You enjoy home, isn't it? You are home now. And if somebody comes and asks you about the journey, you may say, yes, it was like this or like that. You can speak like that. You see? Yesterday, if I can just say, I had I had the opportunity to meet a group of people. I'd like to tell you about them. Are you still here, the ones who have been traveling around the world? They're here? Look like they've traveled on, I don't know. But they have been traveling for 15 years as a group. I never heard of anything like that. They say, I would like to meet with Mooji, if it's possible. So I said, okay. I went to meet. They came here, and we met, and we sat to get together. They are primarily from Ukraine and Russia. Also, a couple of Swedes are in there, and like that. And they have been traveling for 15 years together. And 15 of them have been continuous. And others have been joining, I think, joining, and when they can. They work for a season, and then they join, and then they travel for 6 months with the group that's been traveling for 15 years. So I was very curious. I want to know, you're traveling for 15 years together, what you're looking for, you know? And India, she say, is you almost as though you cannot run out of interest in India. And then at some point she asked, tell us please your story. What happened to you? What happened to you? How did you come into this? And I said, okay. I shared, as I have done with you, how things happened. What was the first thing happened, and how did it happen? And they all listen. And then after she said, yes, this is what we want. We travel around, we meet many beings, and we listen to their story, and we feel with them what they experience. But I didn't like that, because I said, look, I have just opened my album, my photo album. I showed you a picture that is 20-something years ago, no? But I am here now. I am here now. I am not attached to that picture. You see, I am not attached to that picture. I am deeply grateful. My life is a gratitude for what happened at that moment, and every moment it is. But I had the feeling that somehow we give too much to spiritual reminiscing. This thing happened to me. It was a wonderful thing. It was carrying these stories. I said, I'm not interested in that story. I'm not attached to that story. You see, I'm here, alive here now. It's like someone coming to your house and, they're only interested in looking at your old pictures. Can I see your album? Oh, that's when you were 5. Oh, very nice. And 7. But I'm here now. Oh, yes, I know. But what about this one? You see? So we need to be careful about this. This is why I'm sharing this. That there's lots of little games the mind plays. You see? And in next, like a reflex, you're again in the life of was. We know the life of us, but now you're in the life of was. Yes, it was such a nice. No, I don't want to hear about was. Not was. Don't be was G. Okay? We want, you have to be fresh. Like that. Not that you are fresh. No, you are. You are the beingness itself. So this is why when I hear the smell, oh, this got some age. It's all old. Don't tell old stories. And don't tell new stories. The beingness doesn't have any story. It has no history, actually. It is not interested in history. It is so fresh, so absolutely pure. You see? So mind this thing. Today I wanted to come and I said, please, I don't want to hear any more stories. I asked Shri, I don't know if she told you, please, no more stories anymore. No? I want to meet you at the door of Nirvana. I did not make this door. If we are going to approach like this, come like this. I'm here. Don't be looking back. Who is behind you is your moment, you know? Because anytime we start to tell our story, the atmosphere in the room drops. My God. Like, we have to suffer another story again, my God. So we don't want any story. Sometimes you have to make reference to something that has happened because it is relevant now. And this type of thing is fine, you know. You're making a point and now. Okay. But don't be holding any story. It's not as great as you think. So this is why I say to you, you said something very profound for me. I hear this when you speak like this, you see. Yeah, you know. You say, I am that. Beyond the words of saying, I am that. They only indicate that wordless truth. Yeah? But then you say, yes. And it was such a... Was? Why was?
It's a knowing. It's a deep knowing, a deep understanding.
Yes.
It's even now, but when the thoughts superimpose kind of thing, if the thought comes, then that goes little in the background. Not that the knowing goes away.
Okay. So, recognize thoughts are wasness. Mostly was. Mostly was. Because now is so fresh. There cannot be a history of now. Now. It's too fresh. The minute you put the pen to paper, you're in past already. Now, I don't want to make too much of a fuss about this because I don't want you to be too, you know, oh my God, I got to be always now. Now, not like that. You know? And then they're going to start call us the now sect or something like that. So we're not going to, I'm just making a point that you avoid this tendency to watch the mind that wants to make reference to already something is gone. It's better you don't have anything to say. Let your presence speak for you than to employ the old tongue to speak the old thoughts, no? Like that. So I am with you, I hear you, I accept that a clearing has happened, no?
Yes.
Yeah, this something is clear,
Yes.
like this.
And I'm very thankful for that to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And this clearing, no? It's not the clearing out is not a teaching. The clarity is not a teaching. It just is, isn't it? And there's a silence in your being. There's a silence there. The words want to come in. The thoughts seem like they're pushing up to come, to even to say something about the silence. Watch it. We have to watch that one, no? Because the mind wants to write a big book about silence. Also, so it is there. There comes a time when it doesn't matter what you speak or actions, it does not intrude upon the underlying silence. It is just there. Why? Because you're not being silent. Silence, when you vanish, the silence is there, uninterrupted. And by you, I mean the person obsession is there. Being in satsang already is immersing our daily mind, yesterday mind, into the energy field, the sulfuric acid bath of satsang for the mind. I said like a piece of ice in a glass of warm water, and a melting is taking place like that. Naturally. At some point, it loses its structure because the ice is water, water is water. It's happening like that, something. Occasionally, a powerful urge comes to throw yourself forward and say, I am here, I'm here. You see? Even your hand go up and you don't know, what do you want to say, hand? I don't have, you see? But all these gestures are part of the Spirit's move to say, yes, I'm here, I'm here. I'm here. And it says, it's enough, you're here.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Good, good. Next. Who? Oh, okay, come. That's it.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
When you said right now, I'm here, I was feeling this, I'm here, now I'm here. Now I'm meeting you from my heart.
Not much to say about that. No, not any more conversation even. Eh? When we're really together, we don't even need to converse even. When you're alone by yourself, you talk to yourself. You go to the mirror, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm looking. I think I'm doing very good, actually. No, you don't. When you are alone, you don't talk. When you are one and in the whole, you don't, nothing to say. Yes, one beyond even the concept of one. Now we've passed meeting now. Meeting meant two. Yoga, no? Two meet, become one. Now even after this now, even that is gone. Now, because mind will also love yoga. I love the idea. Yeah. Jiva is meeting Shiva. Ah, yes, we like. Atman merging with Paramatman. Oh, yes. Now everything is looking forward to that. But now, after meeting, what happened? Meeting meant two, and then boom, one. And then now, after one now, after now. Beyond one. Don't invite. The mind is not at this party. Mind is not there now. Mind is somewhere down there in the chai shop now. Then you may experience talking but not talking. Walking but not walking. Crying but not crying. You will notice. Only those on the inside, they know this thing, you see. Working but not working. Doing but not doing. They know both sides, you see. They understand the normal language. Yes, you're working on this, yes, I'm working on this. But internally, inwardly, they are in total serenity. Outwardly, like the expression of duality, inwards, non-dual, indivisible. They don't want to speak about it. Your experience is that somehow it's like you are the invisible inside the visible. But you don't have to speak about it. Who wants to speak about it? Mind will want to speak about it. It wants to say, I did it. And don't accept this version, I did it. You did nothing. This is the beauty, you see, like that. Mind is very busy before the meeting, trying to meet. It does lots of things. Oh, it's very happy. Lots of yoga, lots of... It likes that. But now after union, what happened? Now we've met. Then maybe some restlessness come. It's too still. It's too still here. But it's not the right stillness. If we feel it's too still, it means that somebody there is wriggling about. Something is inside, is wriggling, it's restless. This one, you must watch him. Don't identify with this. Because when it's wriggling, you'll feel it in your body. You'll start to top. But it's still not you. This one. Is fighting against the stillness. But the stillness does not fight. Something is fighting. Don't identify. If you identify, you'll feel, okay, I can't cope, this is too much. Some people have said also, when they've come also to see us sometime, one lady said, I have to get away from this place where you live. There's too much love here. Some Sahajans are here, they know this. Somebody say, it's too much love here, can't stay here. It's too empty, too naked. Too much. Who is saying this? Not your heart. Not your heart. Mind is saying this. So watch this mind and put him in the light, in the introspective light of self-inquiry. And watch him. But you must be very clear and stay as only the witnessing place. Because a lot of juice, a lot of energy is going to give him the life of your identity, for you to say, I am doing that. No, you are not doing it. It's just an energy. It's just a force. This is the last cut, to cut the umbilical cord to the mind. Cut him. Let him go. You see? You are doing that. Otherwise, he will keep you practicing. Why? Because something is afraid to complete the practice, to finalize the practice, you see. Because if I finalize, some people say, but I love the practice but I don't want to reach, because when I reach, then I have to stop practice. There's no need to practice. And they are attached to practice. You are attached to the journey. This is what I was pointing about this story yesterday. 15 years traveling. For what? Listening to stories. Feeling, I feel it for you. I said, no, I don't want to tell you my story. I want you to experience for yourself. Otherwise, you may just like the idea of spirituality, of traveling and learning and enjoying and feeling experiences, and oh, that was so nice, When is the next fix? When is the next fix, spiritual fix? Oh, this is nice. Yeah? And we can do this and still think in your mind that you are searching. I want to point these things out because they get exposed, and sometimes there's a little pain because we are invested in that projection, and then when the light goes on it, why? Because you are combining yourself with this idea. And then somehow something breaks and feels like pain. And then come space again. So we don't know when somehow we are going into some state of entanglement, because the threads are so, in the beginning, they seem so harmless. It just feels like fun. And little bit by little bit, somehow you get pulled into a story or an identity like that. I don't want people to be afraid about these things. Why? Because you have so much power. Naturally, you have so much power. But if we keep giving it away, you can end up to be very weak. Very weak. This power I'm talking about, it's not that you have to look powerful. No, even someone who is very small body, can have tremendous power, this power. Yeah? It's not muscles. It's just the power of the self, no? And to come to life without these attachments, without this luggage of so many concepts, so many desires, so many attachments, they make you heavy. So now you're throwing it off. Sometimes it feels like you are physically throwing it off. Another time you're just sitting inside your undivided self, and they fall away. One of the greatest transferring or transmitting of power is by giving your attention to anything. You impart power to it. We've been giving attention to the psychological identity for a very long time, you see? And so it is grown, no? That is. And you forgot that your power was supplied from yourself. Even you don't even know that it's yourself anymore. You moved in with that attention and start to energize a false and limited idea of yourself and living as though that is yourself, you see? And it happens to all of us, all human beings. It happened. And it feels for me, life is only to somehow stimulate our primal wisdom again. To wake up to this from this dream, this sleeping, and return to your original being again. This is the beauty of it, no? And many people, they come to satsang like this and then they go away. They don't come back. Why? It's too direct at them, no? And something wants to play and give more energy to the dance and so on. And they say, yeah, but it's just Shiva dancing, and we have got the Shiva fever, and we just like to. It's fine. It's fine. But then you come and you say, I am really searching for truth. I said, no, it's not really. It must be that you have to find it now. Suppose you are separated from your beloved, even for a few minutes. It's unbearable. That sense. And we are living a little bit in exile, so to speak, from our own inmost being. There is not really ultimately a duality. The duality is only in the manifest play, where the one consciousness is appearing as many. It is okay. In each body, it has to come to that unique recognition of its timeless reality. I don't want to present anything to study. A little bit now and again happens anyway, by the way. But all the power is here. All the possibility, everything you want deeply inside your heart, it is here. It will unfold out of you. You may think it's just out there. Maybe you want some object out there. So if you have strong feel, you have to go out there. But where that will be enjoyed is in here. Everything you need is here. And then you will see if you need it at all.
Mooji, you said at the beginning of the satsangs here in Rishikesh, you said, go back to your heart. Go back to your heart. Go back to your heart.
Yes.
All the time. You are saying this all the time, but it seems like if I hear it for the first time, at the beginning, and I've been like coming back all the time and feeling my heart, and it's amazing. Be here, and I feel that it's wonderful to be near to you, to hug you, and be here in the present. But I feel also that you are in my heart forever, and I don't need even to be in your presence because I'm here all the time.
This is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is a good thing because if our relationship is merely a dualistic one, a physical one, a material one, then you will always see me with separation, and I will always see you with separation. And we are seeing each other with separation. Why? Because you feel I am this body, and you are in that body. So there's me and you, 1 and 1 equal 2. It's like this. And you cannot get over that. You can only somehow bring your attention again inside. And each time you bring the attention inside, somehow there's a wholeness about it. In fact, as we bring the attention inside, something becomes singular. It becomes like a unity, a wholeness. So this singularity of your vision, paradoxically, becomes universal. You're going out there into the world of manyness, but you're insecure because you're still one amongst many. But you go inside to the one itself, and you see that that is universal. You see, this is happening like that. It is not belief. I'm not telling you belief. I want you to practice it, to look, to try for yourself, and then you can then confirm with me it is like this, or you tell me no, it doesn't work like that. We have time to do it. Like now, we can do. You say like that, I discovered that inside my heart. So even the physicality now, there's not so much attachment to the physicality, the physical representation of it. This is what, in any fact, in any case, any true relationship, if it is deep, you see, it moves away from the merely physical aspect of it and goes more into the spirit of it, internally. It becomes something much broader than you can ever imagine. You transcend the timeful internally. The internal, eternal. You see. And you are speaking now from experience, you see. That you kept hearing, go back to the heart. I'm addressing your attention, no? But the attention has been given the title I. So it is behaving as it is yourself. It's okay. For now, and then you keep bringing your attention, you're coming back to the heart. No? Then you are discovering, I am here in the heart. We are one here. There's a oneness here. It's not a belief. It's an intuitive knowing, a sensing, isn't it? And then something relaxes, you see. All the work, all the struggle, all the duality, all the control, all the speculation, everything just drops down now. And you are at rest, resting in the heart, resting in peace. Nobody, anywhere, you see resting in peace. We said before, you have to go to the cemetery, then you will see resting in peace. And even then we're hoping. Rest in peace. And amongst the living, resting in peace. Resting in peace.
And this peace is always here.
It is always here. Now you're speaking sense, you see. This peace is always here. It doesn't even need to be topped up. Top. No, it is always here. It has no proportion. It is always here. Also this love, it is always here. This joy also, it is always here. When you come to this state or this stage, I often ask, now you're in the right space to answer my question, you see. Can this fade? Can it go away? Can it come and go? No. You see? I cannot ask ignorant person about it. Someone who only believes they are the body-mind, I cannot ask this question because everything is fading there. But now you come to the state or the space, the dimension of being. No? So not only question to a person now, but to the presence itself. Can this fade? No.
Can't.
It cannot fade. Why? Tell everybody why it cannot fade.
I don't know, but it can't fail. Even though when the little me is appearing and it's identified with the ego, I know this is here.
Yes.
This is here, and it is guiding me home every time.
Yes.
Every time.
This knowing, very subtle thing now I'm going to mention, this knowing even sometimes, when this little person comes back in and there's a kind of blindness again, I know that this that is good, no? Like we look up today, we look up in the sky, there's no stars. We know they're there, no? But in the daylight you cannot see them. So we know like that, but in this moment is not our direct experience. You understand? We follow? So it's the same thing, he's saying, even when my I person comes up, I still know that this does not fade. But this knowledge is not direct experience then, you see? So can we move beyond that? Are you with me or have I lost you? Because sometimes we say now, I ask now, can this fade? Yeah, you say, it cannot fade. In itself, it cannot fade. I mean, can space become less space? No, it's not. This language does not belong to space. Like space has no mood. Space has no date. Space has no age. Astrology does not pertain to space. You see, we understand that. And so space is a kind of metaphor, a kind of a good example. But the self is even more subtle than space, because space is perceived in and by the self. Then I ask you, can using the example of space, now can yourself fade? Then you say, no, it cannot fade. How it can fade? It's like the language doesn't work here for that. The language, these questions doesn't work here. It's got nothing to do with this. And directly, you can correspond to what I'm speaking. You can see, but that language is not the same thing here. Here, there's no language there. There's no quality to change. So your question doesn't pertain to that. It cannot fade. But when my little person come, hello, then what happened? Little person come, and then attention arises, identity arises, and a kind of blindness ensues, no? In this blindness, we say, yeah, I can see now I'm in the drug of my little being. I'm in the drug, and you know? So it's like you have a bit of alcohol, you know? But I know, I still, you see? I still remember you. I still remember you, yes. Well, your name is, hang on a second. Who are you? Boom, you're going more and more out. Experience like that. But how is it for like a sage then? While we have this in and outness, now you can say, I'm here and I can speak like that. I can say, but it doesn't fade. It cannot fade. It cannot fade. But When my little person come, then some distortion come. I know it doesn't fade, but now this is knowledge, not direct experience. You see? Can it be that it is always your direct experience? Meaning that it is unchanging. You see? Yes, it can. When you cease giving importance to the little person coming or not, when the little person loses its significance and its appeal, then no impression such as losing my state or something, this is finished. No, it's not finished. It's so important, I feel, to say this thing now. When my little person, why? Only because, again, energy goes to this, belief goes to that, and it's believed into existence, and then it also has a certain kind of power. It has a certain energy, like a spell. We are hypnotized again into believing I am that. Although I still remember I am not really this, but while I'm here, I have to play the game of here. I cannot say anything absolutely. I can only point a little bit, and your intuitive power and wisdom must complete the subtleties of my pointing. You must confirm it like that. So watch this when this little being comes up, when this identity come again. You see? What does it mean? You are defenseless when the ego comes again, so you just have to go cold turkey and we have to just wait until he's finished doing his business. You follow? I am. Then ping. Oh my God, here he comes. No? And then I kind of am. I mostly am. I think 80% am. But then my little person, some doubt come. Can it be true like that? Now that will be experience like that. So are we the self? Can you be a victim of your own ego? Can you be a victim of your own ego so that when it walks into the room, you must stand to attention? Oh, the ego is there now. And how will that be washed out? Or is there some interest in the egoic identity and what is promised through this identity, you see? Please, I'm so happy to talk about this, the subtleties, you see, so that we can look together. And you understand when this is playing a bit more, okay, so that's all it is, it's nothing at all. And that becomes a strength. Then you can discard. I said, no, I don't need to go with that. There may come a time when even this kind of conversation you don't need anymore. You know, we don't need to discuss it. You know, we don't need to discuss it. It's like a small change to a millionaire. Why are we arguing about rupees, to 1 rupee? No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Sweep it off the table.
I am so grateful because you have shown me this gift, which is for me the most big gift a human being can ever have.
Yes. The gift of your own self.
Yeah.
No other gift. Don't take any other gift. Because then if I give gift, then it is a duality, and then you are going to, it's something that you have to keep and look after it. But something more intimate than gift, actually beyond even intimacy, inseparable, then you don't have to look after it. You are that. No? It's opening your eyes again to your own indivisible self. No? I understand what you mean, of course, but I am being very finicky this morning. Yeah, for sure. You know, even gift. Very good. Very good.
Thank you, Mooji. Love you.
I love you too. This is love. This is love. Very good. Acha. You come. One after you can come.
Good morning, Mooji.
Good morning.
I have a question. It's pertaining to being lost in the idea of yourself.
Being lost in the idea of the self. Okay, yes.
My question is, what gets lost?
Acha. Very good.
Is it the spirit itself, or is it just part of the illusion that's built around the idea?
The idea we have of who we are or who we should be somehow loses its boundaries somehow, and for a while it just seems I don't know where I am, if that's what you mean by that. But the self cannot be lost. It cannot be lost. If anything is lost, and something needs to be lost in some way, is to lose the whole idea of who you take yourself to be. Because as long as that is tight, then the sense of merging into that which really is abated. It's not. It doesn't happen. You see. So there is a sense that, and again, I appreciate this question because I feel that it pertains to many people will have this experience. The sense that we have a sense that we know who we are. Everybody, we have a sense of, this is me, and I like this, I don't like this is my family, and this is, you give a context for your existence, and we believe in it. It feels like a fact. It doesn't feel like fiction. It feels like fact. But as soon as whatever it is that brings you to that inner journey of self-discovery, as soon as, if it is authentic, then there's going to be a little bit of collapsing of your self-identity. Because it is not a truth. It is not a truth. It is like a constantly changing self-portrait. And if we look back in some way, measured way, you can see that the idea you have of yourself over time changes. But there is a sense of continuity, and the continuity comes from the fact that even the ego is still the beingness, it is still the consciousness, but it is the consciousness in some contracted state because it is embracing certain qualities which are bound and are in time. So it assumes those qualities and suffers them also. So as your own being is again somehow facing itself or experiencing, again, coming into an awakening of its true nature, you see, then the old idea is already deconstructing. And it can feel like a death. At this stage, people often say, I think I'm going to die, I think I'm going to die. And I said, no, you're not going to die. In fact, you are never going to die. Yeah? But something is dying. You're dying to what you are not. Your delusions are passing away. And because you have some you have some affection for the infection, okay? Then there's a little bit, you're not quite sure, but I'm maybe losing something beautiful, and then it's gone, you think, oh, what was that? You see, nothing of you can be lost. Yourself cannot be lost. But what we have become co-joined with, which are bound by time, if that somehow the pure being is really coming back into its fullness, and it has to shake off the dead skin. But you have been accustomed to the dead skin. Every day you've been putting some Nivea cream on the dead skin, okay? And now as you're stretching, they're falling apart. You say, oh my God, then you see, it has to fall apart. So something is falling away, and for a while we feel, it's too painful. It's too painful. You know, like I don't know who I am anymore, I don't know anything anymore. So it feels like you're in limbo, a little bit floating, and it can feel a little bit daunting. It is good if you are surrounded by intelligent beings or a sangha that can encourage you, because even if they don't speak, their energy field is supportive to you. And then you see, wait a minute, they're okay. You know, they are also going through similar things. And then you go through this wilderness, you see. You go through this wilderness. Just like in the story in the Bible, no? It said that Jesus, the Christ, he went into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights to feel the test of the devil. Where did the devil come from? I'm sure the devil is not living out there in the wilderness, sitting there. No, the background had to be created so that the deepest part, the potential to go to the extreme of yourself, manifested and took the physical form of the adversary. And it had to be played out like a true scenario to overcome your lower nature. And then, only then, could his real ministry begin, you see. And in another way, we have to go through our 40 days and 40 nights. Maybe not literally 40 days, 40 nights. Maybe 40 years for some people, I don't know. I hope not. But somehow we are going metaphorically through also this transition, this coming out of the old regime of thinking, you see. And again into the true mind, into the natural mind again. So you may encounter or experience the sense of falling apart. So ahead of time, I reassure you, this falling apart is also in the lap of grace also. Don't worry, nothing is wrong. Actually, something is very right. Because there must come a time when your dreams have to crash, your projections have to fail, you know. And you will say, but one time I used to think of something just happened. Well, not anymore at the moment, honey. Now you're going to experience also sometimes you don't know what's going to happen, and something is, you're giving birth to yourself. These are the birth pains, the contractions have started. But the outcome is good. Some people, even during this stage, they are deeply, deeply grateful. Deeply grateful. They're deeply grateful. They say, I am already picked up. I am burning. I'm on fire, you know. I'm on fire, you know. I don't know, everywhere. When I sleep, I'm in this fire. When I'm up in the day, I'm in this fire. What is happening to me? I said, bless you, everybody. Many people, the true beings, they envy you. The foolish ones, they will say, oh, you need to see the psychotherapist. Oh, you need to go and do some other kind of yoga to get rid of this state. They don't understand, you see. But the ones who understand, they say, oh, you are picked up by grace. You are going to burn. Throw everything in this fire. Throw everything in this fire, and then you also jump in the fire. Stay there. Like this, stay there, like this. This is a beautiful fire. So you may experience a sense of feeling lost, but it's not a real lost. It's really a real finding of the self again. This is what I feel you're asking about. Because the self can never be lost. It cannot even be found. It is just is. It simply exists.
There seems to be a sense of knowing that that which I am is not got anything to do with that which I think of myself to be.
Yes.
But it seems, or it appears, impossible to shake.
Yes. I want to say something about this. We have often heard it, no? That the Absolute does not care at all about your relative existence. I don't want to put it in such a cold term. I don't want to put it like that. The Absolute has sprouted the consciousness, the dynamic consciousness, and out of that has arisen the identifying with the body. The body is necessary to enable consciousness to taste experiencing. Without the body, not happen. Without duality, there's no experience. So all of it is not a mistake. It's a divine scheme, actually. The consciousness has to play this game of existence to appear as though it is the form for a while. To believe that, because it is still a form of consciousness, you see? And in a way to enter this kind of sleep state where it believes I am merely my body-mind. And then it has to use again its inherent wisdom has to be triggered somehow to arise, to wake itself out of this sleep again. So in one way, you have to say that this life game, it has its purpose also. The consciousness is using every part of it. It has to grow until every other that you see becomes a mirror for you. Every other that you see becomes a mirror that is reflecting back to you your original nature. For a while, when we are deeply immersed in identity and believe that we are the body and the conditioning arising in the body, then life is more like looking through a sheet of glass, like you're shopping, you're looking in. But as you become more mature in the truth, this sheet of glass becomes a mirror, and it is reflecting back to you. Each person, you see, sometimes you meet someone and they provoke a lot of resistance in you, judgment in you, fear, and this. Yeah? But they did not give you that fear, you see. Just that energetically, they are brought by grace, actually, to show you something inside you. But we don't like it. We don't like, because often what is reflected, you see, is something which is a deficiency in our egoic nature. And we don't want to see this. Only a being who is really switched on and knows that, wait, take the advantage of this. Of course, it's not only that they are only a pure mirror reflecting only to you, because we are two dynamic beings. We are two, it's the same being. So also the beingness in that form, which is bringing up all this energy resistance in you, that they're also a living and sentient being, and they come also with their energy also. So both can learn from this. Both are there. It's not just them bring to you. No, it's together. Something because the consciousness, if it's right for one, it is right for both. It's not partial. This is why I say, if you do what is right in your heart, it cannot turn out to be wrong for someone else. Huh? They may not like it because we tend to, but it's already, the serum is in. And then gradually you come to see, actually, it was a good thing for me. And this is why it is good that we don't have full choice. Because if we had full choice, full free will, we would not choose any experience which is painful. You would only go for the sugar-flavored experiences. You would not grow. So life out of love for all of its forms bring to you the things which you need, but which you often don't like. And then for a while, it's the world, and gradually, as you become more mature again to the truth, you begin to see, whoa, thank you. You see? Then eventually, you see, but there's no different from you and me, not really different. And then somehow you start to experience the sense of oneness or unity, because you're washing this out of your head.
As a person, we have a tendency to believe that we have some sort of control over what happens.
Yes.
And there's a sense that on the one hand, something's fallen apart, and on the other hand, there's some sort of energy trying to hold it all together.
Yes.
And somewhere mixed up in that, there's a sense that I should be doing something about it.
Yes.
And that creates an extreme sense of confusion.
Yes. Then I say, let's put the whole thing together, make one cosmic soup. All of that, no? And then I'll point you in the total picture, there is awareness even of that. Be in the place of just the awareness. Don't try and figure anything out. Just firm your acknowledgement, your recognition. But I'm just the awareness. Right now, nothing makes sense. But here, it doesn't have to make sense. Let it just be. Let it dance by itself. Okay? The thing that wants to make sense of it is to do with conditioning. Like, it's out of shape of what I'm conditioned to feel is in control. How can I bring it back into control? But at a deeper awareness, something simply leave it and just say, you know what? It is whatever that is, and I am here. That is the most powerful thing. Because the other thing is still based on the idea or the paradigm that I am this person who is managing my existence. But the deeper thing, the true consciousness is not managing anything at all. It simply is. Just like the sun, it is here. And its light and its warmth enlivens life. It gives life. And all innumerable forms respond, you can see, to the sun. Every sentient being is responding to the sun. But the sun is not shining. It is not choosing, look, I like to shine on daffodils, but not on cow poo. It doesn't make decisions like that. It simply is, and in its isness, things respond and take their needs from that. Our beingness is like that. And I am presenting this to you, inviting you into this introspection. I'm not telling you believe, believe, believe. I don't have to throw a magic powder in your face about it. You take that and look at it inside you. Come again to that place of awareness itself. Don't give it any label such as active or passive. It simply is. You see? And then let your eyes look out from awareness as awareness itself. And tell me then what problem you see, what fault you see, what death you see, like that. Until then, our sight, our perception is not pure. It is influenced by so many factors contribute to the way in which we are perceiving any phenomenon. You see, all of it becomes personal. But the self is not personal. But it allows the personal to be expressed also as an aspect of its expression. But ultimately, you will return and go beyond the limitation of personal perceiving into your universal being. All this is here. Here. In the place that you feel I am. This sense I am. This is the womb of all that you perceive, all that you conceive also. In reality, we are perceiving what we conceive. I am showing a very simple way. It's an all-encompassing way. The simplest ways are normally the broadest ways, actually. The more complex, the more finicky, the more sticky, the more entangled things become. But in the simple seeing, and the simplest of seeing, is to be observing, living, being from the position of awareness itself. You see? But conditioning, culture says, no, but I have to do, I have to create, I have to make, I have to become, I have to do all of this. I say, by all means, go then, do. For the one who can hear, they will hear. Who is ready to hear that? No blame. Who is ready? Because not all the fruits, even on the same tree, not all the fruits ripen at the same time. All of us are fruits on the tree of existence. Some will ripen, some will fall to the ground like that. We are not as different as we think. On the surface, yes. I gave an example, one thing I shared. This is something that was actually seen. A certain performer, maybe a mind performer, I don't know what they call them. He did an experiment in the university, in England it was. And he went and asked permission to carry out this short experiment under the umbrella of social I don't know what they call this topic in university, social studies or something. But anyhow, he asked for volunteers, 24, 25 volunteers, different ages, different sex, different countries. So people volunteered to participate. It was a short experiment. And this experiment, he met everyone together, and he said, I will just take 2 days, just for a couple of hours, to do this experiment with you. And they were very happy, very keen. And he said, I need to sit with each person just for a few minutes, but I won't speak with you much. I just want to sit with you. And so each one, they came and they sat with him, one privately, and he looked at them, no? Sorry, you're from Brazil? Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. They go, one by one, 24, 25 of them. The next morning, they presented themselves, and he gave each of them, with their name, an envelope. This is for you. And each was to go back to their own room and to read what was inside the envelope. And each of them did. And the camera crew went and spoke with each one. Now, as they read on the paper with their name on it, they were reading, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. How is it possible that this man could know this about me? How is it possible? I didn't speak with him, but he has written here about me things that not even my best friends know about me. Even things I was not aware about my own self consciously. I see, he caught me like that. Each one of some people are thinking that I'm having my first religious experience, I think, and all of this, like that. Like that, they were going. Very powerful, different mood. So the following morning, everybody came and they were sitting around like this, and they're all in some very kind of introverted state, no? Like they're sitting like this, no? It says, welcome everybody, nice to see you, and how are you feeling today? And they were very pensive, just deeply touched and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Today I would like you to take an envelope from the table. So everybody took an envelope. Okay? And please go and read it. But all the envelopes were turned face down. So you are taking somebody else's thing now. And everybody took someone else's name. Open the letter. All the letters are the same. All the letters are the same. Can you imagine? No? The people, whoa, what is this? They were completely shocked. Some embarrassed, some a bit angry because they felt foolish, some a bit just completely just freaking out, all this thing. But my point was that we are not as different as we think. There are some crossroads where we meet here and there and there and there. Some details will be different, of course. And that little detail makes us think we are so unique. So unique. But those who have studied these things, they see actually there is a kind of matrix of human kind of, mental, emotional, psychological culture. And doesn't matter what religion, doesn't matter what nationality, man, woman, all of this. The threads, they're all like that. And they pick out these points, they catch you like that. A beautiful experiment. You don't have to work all this. If you have a strong sense that I need to work my life out, then you will not try, you will go and do it. That is fine also. That will be your parabdha, that's your karma, that's your thing. But another one simply has come to the point of that inner recognition, and they see the unfolding patterns, movement, the Shakti of the existence is dancing, and they stay as the awareness. Still also, this body may participate in the cosmic unfolding also. It has to do its thing as well too. And maybe the thoughts that come and so on, maybe that has to happen in its own way. But if you discover, as you discover, and all of you have come from different countries, different places, called by something, call you here. You may think, yes, I made all these, something permitted you to come. To have a chance at hearing these things that is pointing you inwardly to something, go to that place, bring your attention to that place in you. I once asked some people, who is looking out from behind those eyes? Who is looking out? And one man, he said, conditioning is looking out. I was very impressed. I said, but what is behind the conditioning that conditioning is in front looking out? And then somehow he says, well, yeah. This one I cannot speak. It doesn't matter if he looks through also the eyes of conditioning, also that is in front also. Everything is in front of this one. Nothing is behind this one. Actually, this one is neither behind nor in front, nor above, nor below, nor out, nor in. Its perfume is love and peace and joy and wisdom and an intuitive knowing that it is timeless. This is its perfume, its fragrance is that. But the flower, nobody can possess. Nobody can find. This flower is your own self. What is experienced to be lost or confused? This is the constructed self. This is a psychological image, a projection, a concept-built identity. Infused also with the energy of being. Because there has been belief, identity, and interest energizes this portrait of yourself. And then the self seems to enter it and live as though that's what it is. But the real, the unchanging, is always present. It is always behind. It is here. We use the word behind in our language because language very much is objective in nature. So we refer to the self as being behind, but in reality, this term is inadequate, a term to refer to that which is infinite. All-encompassing, maybe, is a better word. It is both visible and invisible. Because at the highest stage of language, you have to say every question can be answered yes and no and sometimes and maybe, because nothing is fixed. The one who is free knows this and enjoys this freedom, appreciates the immensity of being, and is never confused by its functioning. as you stand here right now, where's your sense of self? Does it have a focal point? No?
I've experienced a sense of self associated with nothingness.
Yeah.
I've been at your retreats, and
Yes.
when I left, it's hard to describe, but it was just a sense of emptiness.
Yes.
But in appearance, it appeared that somehow the ego worked its way back in.
Yes.
I know that that in itself is an illusion. I don't know how I know that that's an illusion, but I do intuitively.
Yes.
But still, it's as if I'm at war with it.
Yes.
You know, I'm always...
And the one who is at war with it, because you say the ego seems to come back in. Let's look at this now, today, in this point. Let's see if we can clear this up, because it has been the experience of many people. How did I get it and lose it? They talk like that. So you say, I came to a sense of absolute, of emptiness. Was there any dissatisfaction inside the emptiness?
No.
No. You see? Okay. But then gradually this ego feeling was coming back in, like a kind of fever coming into the state. Okay? Okay. But there's awareness of this feeling. Okay? And I tell you, stay as the awareness itself. So that anything can come. You don't say something should not come. Because the dynamic field is an open field. So anything can come, let anything come. But you stay. That's all. The ego feeling coming by itself, does it have power in itself, by itself, to cast a spell over the consciousness? I want to ask this question.
I would say not.
Not. Achha.
It feels that in that state of emptiness, there was still a sense of me experiencing it, though.
Yes. Yes. This me is one of the last stains to go. It was one of the last stains. It was the earliest stain to come and the last stain to go. You follow? Feedback a little bit?
Yes.
Thank you. So, I know I'm talking with myself, but I didn't mean it like that. So, this me feeling, that there's me and I'm in this great nothingness, you see? This is very subtle thing. Huh? Now I've come to know, now what is here? There's only the emptiness. Can you come to the end of emptiness? No, it has no boundary. It just goes on forever, no? Okay, and who are you here? I am in the middle of it. As what? As it also? So, does space have a middle? Does space have a middle? No. But there's a feeling that I am here. But this I is not a thing. This I is not a thing, it's not an object. In the past, in what we call time, there was something that formed that says I, but it was very object bound. It felt I am the body, I am a woman, I am a doctor, I am this, I am that. I'm a Muslim, I'm Christian, I'm Hindu, I'm atheist, whatever. It has all these things. And so it has some subtle remnant of that, because this I, it is the most significant word in any language, or implication. Because all beings, sentient beings, have an intuitive sense of their own existence. That is the sense I am. That I am is not the person, it is not the body. But in the world, the manifest world, we're manifold beings, it arises as though it is the person inside the body, like a person. This comes from conditioning, habit, like this, education, and also you have to say it comes from God, basically. Who put the me in the I? So the me is there, the me sense is there, form, no? I am this. Who are you? I am the collection of all these functions. I am memory, I am intellect, I am my mind, I am my body, I am my senses, I am my thought. It says like this. So this is an aggregate of so many different things put together to create the sense of a tangible me. The body is its base. And inside its driver is the mind and intelligence, memory, all of this is functioning together. But then, what is aware of all of that? There's an awareness of all of that, isn't it? Is that awareness inside the bubble of this entity, or is it outside that can perceive this entity and describe this entity? You see? And then you have to somehow go again. Don't create. What you do is you let everything go and just only let the seeing be. You let every idea go and only, like you're only the seeing now, then everything becomes clear for you. Then you see that actually the idea of the person or the person is a construct of idea. It is seen, it is sensed. And that which senses it doesn't seem to be stuck in it. Except if it brings a thought that I am that, then that thought makes it feel like it is that. But without that thought, it is only here. You see, that is experience. So at the later stage of your inquiry, you have come now, only few words are pertaining to you now. You are exhausting your whole language now. Only few words left now. Now here you are now, you see. Now we have left the senses behind. We've seen that the senses, they cannot function by themselves. They have an intelligent boss who looks at them, perceives them. The senses, I am not. Memory, I am not. Memory cannot read itself. It works for something. Who is the one it works for? Well, it seems to work for the sense I am. But when the I am itself is imagining itself to be a person, the memory seems to be rich for that person. But the I amness itself doesn't seem to have a past. This is your introspection. You're looking like that. One of the ways of looking. Then you come now, leave all those now, leave all these ideas now, leave now. Who are you? Well, now there's just emptiness. Ah, very good. Emptiness. And you are what? I'm not going to answer for you. You are what? In the emptiness. No? You said something very good. You say, I cannot get rid of the idea of I am a person inside the nothingness. That this feeling I am is a person. Let the I am be there, but don't give it any person. It is not a person. If the I am is not a person, what is it then? What is saying I am?
The emptiness itself.
Thank you. The emptiness itself. It's like a vibration. Who is it announcing itself to? I am. This is exciting for me to hear you say this thing, you see. You have just flicked out this person. It was like a little seed in the eye. something in the great space says, I am. Then it felt, yeah, but it's still me there. It's me who is saying, I am. It says, me who? Me who? Introduce yourself. How can I meet you, Mooji? Who is it now? Then you said now, you see. The emptiness itself. Meaning, the sense of the person, of a person, is the last stain. It was still a concept seed. And just like your finger, I can use can cover the sun. A thought believed in can intuitively, it can hide, eclipse your intuitive recognition of the timeless self. The timeless self is not over there. It's not over there. Actually, for the timeless, there's no hiding finger. But the sense, I am the person, seems to hide the infinite one. Do we understand? Do you understand here?
Yes.
You have to understand here. Your mind wants to take a slice of that cake. Like, I got it, boss. We got it. We have it. Huh? Subtler than that. You understood it here. Meaning that you are free itself. You're free of that concept now. Now when the little I comes again, what's going to happen? In fact, invite it now. Invite it now. Now you see him, invite him. Little I, come. Come. Cause as much trouble as you want now. Cause as much trouble as you can now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for Satsang.
Thank you. Thank you. That is a true conversation for me. That is a conversation that then, when it is complete, it leaves no residue behind. It doesn't leave any appointments behind. In satsang, something gets emptied. The mind itself goes into samadhi. It becomes empty. Get used to this emptiness. Because initially there's some resistance, some reaction, some resistance, like, my God, like I'm losing everything, and I don't want. This resistance will take you back to your previous position. Because although you don't realize you're doing that, on a subtle level, you made a choice. I don't want to be totally free right now. I want to keep my jewels. You must know. The wise one will know. The poverty of wealth and the wealth of poverty. You will know from both sides. Each day, we step out, our first steps in the waking state. Often, we have an unconscious affirmation I am a person. I am my person. So therefore the world meets you as a person. It's very subtle. You go in the state of a person and the world will meet you as a person. When you are only the beingness, the world responds to you as the beingness. You don't realize that. The world, the beings, they respond to you consciously or unconsciously or subconsciously as the beingness itself. You don't have to go and wear any kind of orange clothes or big malas or sandals or anything. The deepest part of us, of our being, recognize you, even at a subconscious level. Because you're walking in and as the presence of the Lord itself. Don't rely upon your mouth. Live a tongueless spirituality. We move in this world with a sense, I am me. It carries over from night to day, from day to evening, from evening to night, from night to morning, unchecked. And so we say with our mouths, I'm a spiritual person and so on, but in our hearts we deny that. So? It's not a question of saying these things, but they have to be pointed out. Huh? Because our thoughts, our identity is unchallenged. So you meet beings as, I am one amongst 7.5 billion beings in this state. Now you're becoming more aware of your own true nature and self, of the peace which is here, of the all-encompassingness of your love, and how, however broad your love and your arms are, you're not tired because of this love, because love does not make you tired. It is a joy. It is the joy of being. It is a silence. It is the silence of being. There's wisdom. It is the wisdom of being. You are the light of being, the light of this world, and also the witness of this light also. Don't cherish the things which belong to time so deeply. Enjoy, respect, love it, because it is all arising from the same place. Feel the sense, I am, that intuitive sense of presence. But don't give any image, any form to it. It is not a person. it shines by itself. It is the light of life. It does not go on and off like that. But in the waking state, you have the full pleasure of it. But in your absolute state, this perceiving of duality, even that you are beyond it. No? Therefore, sleep is the metaphor that shows you something even more deep than dualistic perception. Because in deep sleep, there's no identity is there, no relationship is there, no time is there. There's no heaven, no hell, no life, no death, no you, no me, no high, no low, no man, no woman, no religion, no belief, no disbelief is there. And we all embrace sleep because there's a coming homeness in sleep. That state of deep sleep, which we enjoy, is also here now, combined with the waking state consciousness, the field of interrelated opposites and their perception, that functioning is also here. But turn your attention for a moment to the sense of self. It is here. It cannot be described. You may say there's a peace is here, there's a joy here, there's a silence here, there are thoughts that come, but now they're not strong at the moment. That place from where you're perceiving all these, that place you cannot describe. You cannot look after it. It looks after you. While you have the sense of individuality and autonomy. You are on the receiving end of that umbilical connection. When you know yourself in the heart, you're one. Like this. So just here, as you are here in this moment, whether you're sitting on the ground, sitting on a chair, standing up, wherever you find yourself, no? Put your attention simply on the what isness within you. Just that. No descriptions, no image. Be aware that the senses bring their own sensations into the space of being, but there's no one there to tidy them up or to put them in any place. Automatically, they find their place, their region, without any effort. The sound of the vital force as it moves inside the body, in its subtlest vibration, also it is perceived. And the breath, that is going on unforced. In whatever rhythm it is. It has no personal operator. Everything is simply moving by its own law. And there is awareness of that. Who are you now? What are you? You are aware that there is perceiving. Perceiving is taking place. But there is no intention to perceive. It is just automatically going on. You may direct your attention to different areas. If I say, just put your attention only on the sound now, don't do anything, then you see the consciousness redirects the attention to only sound. And yet you are doing nothing at all. If the hands move or the legs move, it does not create any change in the awareness itself. Ever, in fact. Only in the mind, the mental states, the emotional states, they are moving, they may move. But underlying them is the unchanging awareness field, you can put like that. This is natural for you. You are not creating this, you are not imagining this, you are not waiting for this to happen. You simply notice. What are you? Don't give this question to your mind. Within all of this, there's a natural sense of knowing. Simply, I exist. But as what do you exist? You are not able to say. Simply, you are aware of what is time-bound, what comes and goes. But what notices the comings and goings seems to be stable. Be in this effortless, stable place. That is all for now. As we look in this introspective way, you may find when you open your eyes, if you have to move about, you may feel a little stoned. It is okay. It is also just a sensation. It is not a description of the self. The self cannot be stoned. It cannot be off balance or anything like that. Just know that. Now we will rest now. Meaning, remain in your being as the being itself. It's no effort, no visualizations, no imagination, no mind. You are not waiting for anything to happen. This was an old thought now. See how you are in your being when you are not waiting for next. No next. Just am. Just is. It is not a special state. It simply is yourself. If the body feels heavy, or your head might start to feel heavy, bobbing around, also notice that. It means nothing at all. It means nothing at all. Don't accept any interpretation from your mind about it. Very good. You are not a name. You're not merely the form. The form is there. It is good. But don't hold on to any particular identity. Stay only in this space. You will find that you will still continue to do the things you need to do. Some things you may see, I don't need to do that. But you will not determine that, you will not force that. You'll simply be aware in a clean way. Don't create any projections. Rest only in being as being. Now you will find whether eyes are open or not open, it will make no real difference to your inner state, which is without any condition. So on every level, physical, mental, emotional, psychic levels, everything in clean harmony. You are not doing anything. Let your mind be rooted in the source itself. Like this. No force. Be one. Okay. Thank you. Om. Okay, somebody coming in? Now I want you, as you go from this place, as you move, watch the tendencies also from the mind to go, okay, good, lunch, that is, it's okay, it's nothing in a way, but don't accommodate any feeling like change in gear or something. You follow? Because very subtle things happen. You feel, okay, now it's almost like I've been really good. The mind, I've been really good, you know. I deserve a good lunch and a good chat with somebody who I can talk with or whatever. So you're aware of these tendencies. Simply you're moving, body moving, walking taking place, eating taking place. Self is not taking place. Body moving, arms moving, speaking, whatever has to happen, happen. And it will create no disturbance in your being, like that. Very good.
Listen, you're more than just bone and skin. Listen, listen to the song of the wind, the graciousness, the spaciousness. No outside, no within. I alone am. Yet I am the unknown. Shiva, Shiva Namo. Shiva, Shiva Namo. Shiva, Shiva Namo. Shiva, Shiva Namo. You fear to fall, it's not why you fear to fly. You're scared to death to spread your wings and touch the sky. Truth hurts truly, but only a lie. The greatest lie of all times. There is a limit to the eye. Listen, you're more than just bone and skin. Listen, listen to the song of the wind, the grace, the space. No outside, no within. I alone am, yet I am not alone.